Hello everyone, I'm Adam Papagan. Welcome to another episode of There's a Place, ASMR talk show, the show that feels good to hear. Good to be here tonight. It's a little observation I had over the past week. I was getting ready for OJ Museum. I'm looking at this now. This shirt is way too small for me. Got the farmer's tan. It's a little higher than my other ones, and so probably setting off the white balance on the cameras. But I want to rep my thing. But get ready for the OJ Museum, and I was with Matt Gleason, who friend. If you watch Dronebox, you know him. But he's a guy. He's been in the art world for a while, and he knows what he's doing. So as we're setting up, I'm kind of like listening to whenever he would have like a crazy suggestion or whatever, I'd be like, well, this guy knows what he's doing, whatever. Let me listen to it. So we're setting up, and he forgets his keys. I think I told this story last week. It's been a tough week, guys. Well, you know what? Let's just bring the guest out. Adam, you were right. You know what? No monologue tonight. You were right. Let's just get into this one now. You can bring your beer out here. Please welcome, my guest tonight is making a second appearance on the show. This time as a solo act. Please welcome Teva Cheema. What's up? Tell them the same story. It's been a wild week, huh? Don't you think? Wild week?
Yeah, it's super crazy.
So I noticed right as you were walking on to the set, you checked your phone like one last time.
Yeah.
Any updates?
My friend wanted me to play a song as I walked up.
Okay.
But I was playing off the YouTube app and then it stopped working.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What was the song?
It was a song by Moby called Porcelain.
Oh, well that was his big record.
Yeah.
How does that song go? We could just... No. Let's just try to
I don't remember. It's almost like Romeo and Juliet-y kind of sounding.
It's got like
techno-y.
Kind of inaudible lyrics.
Yeah.
Hey, woman. Is it that one?
Yeah, I think so. There's like an eye in the music video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's a great way to get around paying for royalties on a song.
That's a good idea.
You just kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
You don't have to, because I know you're a filmmaker. You have to work on a shoestring budget.
Yeah.
I'm giving you advice. You can just kind of like...
I have a lot of good advice now for that.
Hum the song. Okay, so some advice on that field.
Like, yeah, that's a good way. And then instead of like directly playing it, you can like play it through a car system or like a boombox, and then just put like a radio effect over it. And so when legalities come into it, you could say it was kind of like naturally recorded. Even though it's cutting in between and the song is continuing.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten through a lot of issues like doing stuff like that.
Like those YouTube alert things?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You gotta stay one step ahead of the copyright holders.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, you were on vacation recently.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a vacation or was it a...
Yeah, it was kind of like a vacation. I was like saying bye to some of my friends in San Francisco, and then I helped a friend do a music video. Yeah.
Saying
cool.
goodbye because...
I'm moving to London.
Jolly old England.
Yeah.
So we'll get into all of that. Why, this is kind of like your farewell tour.
Mm-hmm.
I know Adam was telling me you wanted to come on the show.
Yeah.
Kind of, and you're traveling not 600, but 300 miles, whatever, San Francisco, however far it is.
Yeah, like 400 something.
Yeah. So, why do you feel you need to do this farewell tour?
It's just kind of like stopping on the, it's like I don't want to have to think about anyone like when I'm gone, in a sense, where it's like the last sort of update they get from me before I see them again, whenever that is.
When do you think that'll be, though?
I don't know. Could be 2 years, could be a couple months.
But you're prepared to go to jolly old England
Yeah.
for 2 years.
I'm trying to just go on like a skinheads like hunting spree, sort of. So as you can tell,
Like you would hunt.
That's right.
With
I've
them?
been shaving my head, and now I'm kind of like opposing forces in a sense. But I'll try to go undercover and trick them a little bit.
So wait, you would go hunting for skinheads?
No, yeah, like a vampire hunter, but for skinheads.
Vampire. So like a hunter then? Like someone who hunts geese.
Yeah.
You know?
I was never really too good with guns, and I'm kind of against big game hunting, but I can put my docs on and run around the city and do some good stomping if I want to.
So you're not the skinheads, because there's the racist ones and the non-racist ones, you know?
Yeah, the sharps.
Yeah, the non-racist ones should not do that look, because
they should not
people
do
are gonna
it anymore.
think,
Yeah, they want to like hold on to that sort of like original like conception of that idea, because it's been co-opted by the racist skinheads. But it's kind of been so like diluted at this point where there's no coming back from it, and no one will understand in popular media what is going on.
Did it start as non-racist?
Yeah, it started as like sharps, as skinheads against racial prejudice, I think.
Oh, and then
that wasn't the correct
sharps.
term, but they were in the ska, and they kind of like, when Jamaicans had a huge influx in Britain, they would all hang out, go to the same clubs and stuff, and that had a huge effect on their culture. And then like Nazis took it over, and then they like created sharp to do that distinct separation.
Why do the racists need to like have their own style of music? They call it hate rock.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of like racist music.
Yeah.
Why can't they just be racist and then listen to just regular music?
I mean, some of them make pretty good music, honestly. Like Screwdrivers.
That one
first
record
is really
that
good.
No, doesn't count.
I think that was technically before they got really involved into like politics, though, too. But
Yeah, what is up with that?
it's, I don't know. They
They're
probably had like a
abandoned.
bigger crowd to come out to the shows once they like were identified as something.
So there are slightly more racists than there are punk music fans. And so by hitting that demographic. Okay. That's scary. So why London? Why England? Why are you trying to go there?
No, I just told you. I'm dead serious.
Seriously, to hunt skinheads.
I'm going hunting.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll bring my VHS camera and kind of film some of the aftermath stuff, but we'll see how it goes.
And there's a lot of skinheads around, you
There's
think?
not really that many left.
So you have your work cut out for you.
Yeah. Last time I was there, which was like a year and a half ago, I saw one guy in like super tight pants and like a faux hawk kind of thing, but he had like the suspenders and he was walking through the streets. I don't know if he was like part of some other subculture, but
He could have just been like a retro guy.
yeah, he probably was.
That's the other thing about that subculture is they're dressing like it's 1982.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really
looking.
dated. I always think about kind of, I don't know, it's just, I used to work in an office job for like a long time, and that kind of like wouldn't fly. So it's like you're either full-time at that point, or you're like nothing, because you can't like have an office job with like a mohawk that's like 6 inches or whatever, So props for them for living that like alternative lifestyle, I guess. Or not.
You want to applaud the one guy who hangs on to it? It's sad. It makes me bummed out. I saw you had like a joke Facebook post where you said your favorite music from high school, it was All the Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy. Were you listening to Thin Lizzy in high school?
No, I wasn't.
See, that's a group. I was gonna say, wow, this guy was on, because I feel like,
I wish I was.
yeah, I know it's a cool group.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about them until I was in my like mid-20s and later.
Yeah, I probably discovered them a few years ago.
Yeah, they kind of had a resurgence.
Yeah, especially like a lot of my friends in the Bay, they're like really into them. But yeah, I've noticed that too, that all of a sudden they have this weird cult following.
But of guys who just got into them.
Oh, totally.
It's kind of embarrassing a little bit. I'm a little ashamed.
It kind of is, but it's kind of funny when someone just puts Boys Are Back in Town on the jukebox at a bar. It's like the best thing ever.
Oh, great song, but like,
Yeah.
they're like the Star Wars of music. Is it's just like all just like, you know, flashy, kind of like
I can see that.
stylized, you
I
know?
mean, something that really tripped me out about that group was that they're like, what, like Irish or Scottish or something?
Two of them, the rhythm section was Irish.
That's what makes it not Star Wars and makes it like, whatever, you know, Dark Star or something stranger, because it's like a little bit off. If they were like a New York City kind of band, it would kind of be,
True,
you know,
that's true, yeah.
that classic band.
Red Dwarf. Do you know that show? Was that that show?
I know that show.
It's a parody, never seen
Yeah.
it. Oh. We're here up at the baseball stadium. So a great place to find skinheads might be at soccer matches, football matches in England.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting licensed in parachuting, skydiving, and because I don't want to pay for any of those games, you know, but I just want to come down like 300 miles per hour and just like sort of like put my leg out like a little javelin kind of thing and just impale somebody coming down.
Well, if you're gonna do something illegal, I don't think you need to get licensed in skydiving. You should probably just do it. If you're, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point, but
you gotta be safe though. You gotta make sure. You could do it with the instructor. You know, you gotta get strapped to the instructor the first couple times you do it.
yeah, totally. You know, I always had the idea that it'd be so crazy if someone was like, you know, having sex in the air while they're like jumping down. But I was thinking about the air because I saw some of my friends do it, and the air is just like shooting up their nostrils, like it's gonna like rip their nostrils apart, you know. So I was like thinking about like if someone's genitalia were getting a, you know, just that much air pressure, that'd probably be the most. They'd probably get tangled, and you know, bad things would probably go in the other orifices. But yeah, then I saw someone did that, like some porn stars did that, and they got banned for porn for life. Apparently, I could be wrong.
They got banned from porn?
I'm pretty sure it's like really illegal to do that. Or maybe he lost his license to skydive, maybe. That was it.
Yeah, it'd probably be easier to enforce being banned from skydiving. No, neither side wanted them.
No.
That's a fun fetish. Notice you're wearing some checkered Vans.
Yeah.
Van sneakers?
Yeah.
How long have you been wearing checkered Vans? Like, what pair is this for you? Third pair, fourth pair?
It's like,
since you were like 12 or whatever.
Okay, so I never really wore them. Like, I actually hated the checkered ones until like when I turned like 20, that's like all I wore was just like the black slip-ons. And then it was like a little bit before Kylie Jenner started wearing them. I don't know how long ago that was, maybe like end of 2015 I started wearing the checkered ones. And then, yeah, someone told me at the time that Kylie Jenner was wearing them.
Really?
Yeah.
And
like,
they're also...
And there was a huge like also revitalization of kind of the checkered shoes at that moment, and I kind of was realizing at the time, but I don't really wear those anymore. Or kind of wear like high tops. I just knew I was gonna have to take off my socks, so I wear those.
I got a pair of the checkered ones.
Yeah.
Wear them if I just gotta go out of the house.
Yeah.
Iconic shoe.
Yeah.
It was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And on the Weezer album cover, the green one. And now Kylie Jenner, apparently.
Kylie or Kendall?
I don't know.
Pretty sure
the
it's
difference.
Kylie. Yeah.
It's gonna be tough to get Vans in England, don't you think?
There's a really good like vintage Vans place that my friends go to, and they're kind of friends with this guy named like Pillow Wheat.
Excuse me?
Pillow Wheat?
Pillowy?
Yeah.
Like a
Pillow.
pillow?
Yeah.
Like pillowish?
Yeah, exactly. He has a shop now, and he just sells like made in USA Vans. Those are like the kind of hardest to come by. My friend like Carter, last time he was here, he kind of collects those and like resells them too. But this guy just has a shop of like the rarest like made in USA's from like the 70s and the 80s. So, but they're like all over like $100 easy. I probably won't go there though. But yeah,
It's a pretty good price. Do you know what Nikes go for?
like what kind?
Like Air Jordans? Hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, the Nike Air, like mags, I think they're called. Air Mags, the Back to the Future 2 like reissues.
Yeah.
Those go for like 12,000, 15,000.
I guess though, because people like trade them and stuff and flip them. I guess it's like if it's like being into cars, but like way cheaper.
No, totally. I can
Because
see
you gotta
that.
be pretty rich to like have like a Mustang and like.
That's like me with VHS. So it's like you bring it down a few notches of economic level, and then you hit like what I can kind of mess around with.
Yeah, records are expensive. VHS tapes.
Yeah.
What's the most you ever paid for a VHS tape?
$50.
50, really? That's pretty high, but that's
Maybe
not.
60.
What was the tape?
It was a Trash Humpers VHS. Harmony Korine's Trash Humpers.
Okay.
Because he
yeah.
like did them
You
himself.
talked about this last time you were here, I think.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
Somebody
Somebody else on the show was telling me about the Trash Humpers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is the Trash Humpers VHS. It was like before, it was like right when the movie got released, he did a VHS issue. It was like super limited, but he kind of like painted on them and like threw them in dirt and stuff. Yeah. That's probably the most I paid, but I have ones that go for
Yeah, it's a tape with paint and dirt on it. It was $60.
Yeah, I was also like a lot younger when I bought that, but now I've found like some really amazing ones, but I only go to like Savers now because it's right by my house. I think we have talked about that maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, it's still yet to score at Savers.
really, every single
Never.
time I can't walk out with like nothing in my hands. I see one good thing every time I go there. But there's a lot of like poachers, sci-fi horror poachers now in the VHS section. Even old dudes, and they're just like, yeah, like, what are you into? I'll sell you some of my stuff. And they just have like the worst stuff, like Star Trek, like shitty movies, Genesis or whatever it's called. You're just like, ew. But yeah, you get a lot of weirdos over there.
That's one downside about collecting VHS, is that most of the weirdest stuff kind of sucks.
That's
Like it's
really
rare.
true, though.
It's rare you're gonna find a really good movie.
Totally.
That's like a gem. Like
Yeah.
records, like you'll find like a great gem of a record all the time.
Yeah, totally. I 100% agree. Like, I have some really, really rare VHSs, and the cover looks so amazing because it had to do so much of that sort of art style, you know? And then you, like, take it home, and you're like, oh, this is going to be the best movie. And you're just like, there was, like, a couple good kills in there. This movie sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to watch it again.
Or the one where like the cover is not a scene that's even in the movie.
I like stuff like that, though.
Yeah, that's
like,
fun.
My friend hates that when, like, stuff in trailers and teasers is, like, not in the movie. Like, it doesn't make the cut. I think that's so funny, though.
There's just like stock footage of a helicopter so they can like put it on the cover. It's cool.
Yeah.
You gotta use what you got.
No, totally.
Have you ever stumbled upon any VHS tapes, like any of these random movies that are like actually like, oh, this is a pretty good story, pretty good character development?
Like a one I hadn't heard of before? Or
Yeah,
something?
I've hit a couple that I liked.
Yeah, there's probably been, like, I mean, literally I have a pretty big collection, so it's kind of hard to, like, run through my head right now and say what exactly. What about for you?
There's one that, it was one of the ones where the cover and the title were different than like what was in the movie. The real movie is called The Bus Is Coming. I think that the box said like Ghetto Wars or something, but it was like a blaxploitation kind of movie with a message
Okay.
about like, I think it's about integration or something, I don't remember. And then a Jamaican movie called Smile Orange or something like that. That was just one that I put on and it was just going. And then when it was over, like I didn't really notice, but I was like, oh, that was pretty good.
What was the significance of that title? Because it's so weird.
I think that might not have been the title.
Smile Orange?
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But it was something like that.
Yeah.
Some weird. I don't know. It was one of those movies where like that movie The Harder They Come or Rockers, where it's like in Jamaican, so you can't really understand it.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
mean, yeah,
scenes
you
are
can't-
going, and you're just like, wait, what? And then they cut.
But they're so, like, aesthetically pleasing, and there's so much action. It's
Yeah.
almost universally speaking to people.
Yeah, and the rhythm of how they talk
Yeah.
is like, okay, yeah, like you're just like,
No doubt. Yeah, I think talking about that, one of the most interesting movies recently I've come across, and I don't exactly remember the name, but if someone types it in, they'll find it in like 2 seconds. But it's like a vampires that are in a fraternity, and it's like homoerotic, And I had no idea. I just thought it was like some horror movie, and then we're like watching it, and they're like all like hooking up with each other, but it's like not a porno. It's just, and there's a whole like saga of them. There's like maybe 6 of them, but yeah, I watched the first one, and then I kind of passed it off to my friends, and it's almost like has potential to be like a Room kind of movie in like 20 more years. Yeah, it's really good.
Sigma Phi Fang or something like that. Is there a title like that?
I forgot, but yeah, that could be it.
Vampire Pledge. I'm just trying to think of frat things. You gonna collect PAL tapes in England?
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about that, honestly.
You can't.
Like, you can't play them on your normal VHS player.
No, you need a PAL
NTSC.
machine.
Yeah.
But you'll probably be able to find one over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because I don't want to.
Do people collect PAL tapes there?
I have no idea. And honestly, when I like look on eBay and stuff, like, maybe it's just me, but I feel, maybe I'm uneducated about it, but I feel like PAL tapes aren't like sought after, or like they never pop up on like expensive tapes, you know, or anything. But yeah.
You could be at the beginning of a new collecting revolution. Because there's probably, I don't know if in England they had that VHS culture though, that tape culture where like...
They had a really gnarly like video violence sort of like, what is it? Because like in China I'm pretty sure it's China, they have a category called Category 3. It's not like rated R, but it's like super gnarly horror kind of stuff. And then they had something in, I was actually watching something recently, and they had some like a short-lived moment in Britain for a while, and it was like the birth of home like entertainment, and like VHS is being readily available, but they're just like a really short span of all these really like, you know, like equivalent to our gore like crazy movies. They'd be like street trash kind of movies, and they had a movement over there for a little while, but they weren't like getting advertised anywhere, and you had to get like magazines or look in the back of like records and stuff, and they'd have those ads, and then be connected to those VHSs. But they had like a little moment for a little while that was pretty like heavy.
But they didn't, like, did people in England have camcorders where they do home movies like they would do here?
I don't know. Yeah. It's weird. I was thinking about that too, because I'm about ready to go over there, but like we do so much guerrilla and crazy shooting where like, you know, just hanging out in general when you're like being in places you're not supposed to be in, but they have like CCTV everywhere, so it's like kind of scary because you're just like, do I need a permit? Like, what's going on here? And it's pretty spooky. Like, you can't even like, just the idea of being somewhere where like you're constantly being watched. I was in the tube one time peeing, and that's like a fence, I guess, and then like there was a camera like right on top of me when I was finished, and I looked and I was like, it's pretty sketch. But they like take your picture and they like put you on a database and stuff, and it's like, yeah.
You don't think there's anybody actually watching all those TV screens though, do you?
I don't think so.
It's impossible.
Yeah, maybe in the future there'll be some sort of algorithm where I could like identify like a person's face, and if a stream's coming out, and then I could like attach that onto something. It'd be kind of interesting.
Minority
scary,
Report.
But yeah. Huh?
Minority Report? Was that what that movie was?
I don't know. I've never seen that movie.
I've never seen.
I love Phil Dick, but I've never seen that.
Tom Cruise is in that, right?
Tom Cruise, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie with Tom Cruise in it.
That's insane.
Because he's only in like because I was watching.
He's 5'5". Tom Cruise 5'5".
Well, I was watching Tom Cruise interviews on YouTube, because you know he's nuts because of his beliefs or whatever. But it's a dedicated glare. Over on Hubbard, and one of his teachings is like a good Scientologist has a dedicated glare.
Yeah.
That's like that's that weird look in his eyes that he has. But so I've watched a lot of Tom Cruise, but I was like, oh, he's not a star anymore, is he? He's in like 4 movies this year. He's huge.
And he was in like The Mummy, which is
but
like.
You're gonna go see that?
I saw it.
You saw it?
I just love the first Mummy so much, so I saw it. But that was actually the worst movie I've seen in the past like couple of years.
Was it based on the Brendan Fraser Mummy?
It's really not. It's so weird. I don't want to talk about it. That could be like a deep wormhole you could get down right now.
Because I like ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Did it have a lot of ancient Egypt stuff in it? Or it was more like a modern mummy? Nah, that sounds lame. Okay, we don't have to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. There's like...
But Tom Cruise...
It's like a Dr. Jekyll and Hyde like character that makes no sense, and it's like Russell Crowe's in it. Russell Crowe's done After that movie, I can't respect him anymore. No respect.
Remember when he was beating up people a lot?
He was getting wasted and fighting people.
It's about 10 years ago?
I don't remember that. But I know Josh Brolin and some other actor were doing that at bars in like LA. They were getting wasted and doing the same shit. That's like some weird complex like thing going on.
What, getting drunk and starting a fight?
Well, not that. Like, I'm guilty of doing stuff like that, but just
oh yeah,
just being an actor and just like, you know, doing that. Like you should just leave. Like you have, like you're, like yeah, you are a human being, but you have something much greater going on that you should like probably get out, because you know, like especially American press too, like that's like affects everything. As you know, that person's like social life is very important, you know, as well. So it's probably not a good idea to start fights unless that's your image. Like I feel like David Bowie. Have you seen that? Like
David Blaine.
David Bowie. Have you seen that David Bowie mugshot of him like in jail? And like all those kind of guys, they have like these mugshots where they were like in jail, but I feel like that was very publicized.
What era did he go to jail?
Like the 70s? Yeah, late
like
70s.
When he was like Ziggy Stardust?
This was like closer to Heroes era, I would say.
Okay.
So like, yeah, early 80s, like late 70s, but I feel like it was very popular for them to, you know, have that image at a certain time. Elvis with his mugshot, that's like really famous one, you know?
That's not real though.
The Elvis mugshot?
No, it's fake.
Is it?
When did he get arrested? For what?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like publicity stunt. They would like set it up and get in trouble, and they get a mugshot taken.
Elvis doesn't have a mugshot. I'm pretty sure that's fake. I need
Really?
to look it up. I don't want to go on record, but
No, you could be right.
I don't know what, because he was in the army.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like, I couldn't imagine.
There's a famous Elvis mugshot, but
no, I know.
is that
I've
from
seen
a movie or something?
I've seen the T-shirt of it at.
Yeah, is that from a movie?
Maybe it's from Jailhouse Rock.
That's what I'm thinking, because he's wearing the same striped shirt.
He is. Okay, but like celebrity mugshot merch is a thing. Because I'm down on Hollywood Boulevard for work, you know, and they got Frank Sinatra's mugshot, which is real apparently.
Okay.
Not apparently, it is. Like, it's a fact, but
Justin Bieber.
real mugshot.
Yeah.
Nick Nolte, that's probably my favorite one.
That's
Do you know the
funny.
Nick Nolte mugshot?
I don't know it, but I know him.
Do you know who Nick Nolte is
Yeah.
though? So he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt and his hair is all just like,
That looks like.
he looks like a mad scientist. He looks like a parrot head, but he's like an actor, so he's got the charisma, you know?
That's funny. George Clinton has a really good one.
Oh yeah, his is
Yeah.
good too. So I wonder what Snoop Dogg's looks like.
Does he have one?
Remember in the 90s when
He killed somebody? Yeah.
He didn't kill anyone, he went along on a drive-by,
Oh, really?
which is bad.
Oh, I thought he like hit someone with his car and killed somebody.
He went with a gang member to go on a drive-by, and that person killed someone.
So he's just like, dude, where are we going right now? This sucks. Like, and they're like, we have to go kill this guy over here.
No, it was probably, hey Snoop, I'm gonna go kill this dude. You wanna come? And you're like, yeah.
I just want to picture him as like this good guy that's like, yeah, I'm just trying to go home, guys. Like, can you just drop me off right here? It's like, we gotta shoot this guy right here.
It's very, very arbitrary what crimes get forgiven by celebrities.
Yeah.
Not fair. I think all celebrities should be forgiven of crimes.
Yeah.
They should all get a pardon.
I had a huge theory for a while, and it's my own theory. I haven't found it anywhere else. And I don't know if it's like, I don't want to go into it. It might be offensive. Screw it.
Yeah, no, you already started talking about it. We'll find a way to do
it
the
had to
theory
do
this
with
time.
had to do a loophole in the law that I'm probably making up, but had to do with Bruce Jenner, and when he killed somebody.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then the loophole was if you change your gender and you're no longer identified as that person anymore, psychologically and physically, and you change everything, you can now identify as female. And then that was a loophole in the law where it got expunged, the DUI, the murder. So maybe he didn't even want to transition. He's
But
just
we
like,
don't know if that
over.
loophole is true.
No, I don't know. I've never researched it.
No, but like,
Going
even
off
if
my
that's
head.
not a legal thing, that is what happened though.
But it is
Like,
what
there's no
happened.
more Bruce Jenner. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's on a Wheaties
erased.
box. He's Olympian.
So all his debt and all that, like
Culturally.
yeah, all that whatever was going on in the trial was just like, oh yeah, let's just forget about it.
Yeah, it was Caitlyn now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So he gets to be 2 celebrities. What an ego this guy's got.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
He had run his course being Bruce Jenner. He's like, well, I'm going to become a new celebrity named Caitlyn Jenner.
I mean, it's honestly a good idea because, you know, you can only, you know, 80s and he's like Olympian and he like kind of lived that era out, and now he's like, I want to revitalize my career and myself and be this entirely different star. And yeah, it totally worked, I think.
Caitlyn Jenner is cool.
Caitlyn Jenner's cool?
Yeah. That really turned the world on its head.
Yeah,
when she bust onto the scene.
It's pretty freaky when that all happened. Just seeing Kanye's like reactions, because he just seems like he's so strange about it.
Well, he's a weirdo, that guy, Kanye West.
Oh yeah, he's weird.
You've seen in his eyes, he doesn't really understand what's going on.
Yeah, he's
like trying really hard.
He's like on a different plane of like existence or something.
Because he realizes that he's really talented, which is not debatable, but he also doesn't kind of understand how the world works. I think he has trouble reconciling those 2 parts.
Totally, and the whole idea where like you just said he understands like how creative and intelligent he is, and that's kind of like that metaphysical sort of approach to like media, that you're not supposed to break that wall and talk about it, but he talks about himself as being a genius. And the same thing where like kind of weirds me out with like Oasis, and they talk about being rock stars. Like, I want to be a rock star, but they were like already rock stars. Which is just the weirdest thing. You're not supposed to like break that, you know, wall, you know. Like you're supposed to keep that stuff private, like the metaphysical like reality of it, but you're not supposed to, go over the line.
Well, it becomes part of it because Oasis, like I would think of them and be like, whatever, that band from the 90s. But then they like played that, what was it, Glastonbury, whatever that festival was, you know what I'm talking about, in England, where it was like the largest concert.
They had to like take a helicopter to get in there.
It was like over 1 million people.
It was like, what, 3% of the population or something crazy like went to that?
Like how could that, how could that be a good show?
No, exactly.
You're in the absolute last row.
And the funniest thing about that too is like, I watched that documentary Supersonic or whatever, and they're like, like we didn't know where to go from here. Like there was nowhere else to go. So it was like,
we only have 2 songs. We played for 3% of the population of England, but we still only have 2 songs.
But the funniest thing too is at that point it's like, what was your goals? Like where are you trying to go from here? Like, where you just keep trying to play the biggest shows ever, and that's your like mission statement? That's like insane.
Yeah. Are you a Noel or a Liam?
I'm a Noel because I just, no, I'm a Liam. I'm a Liam for sure. I just like all the songs he's fronting, and then I like his style more. So, what are you?
Liam is the long hair guy who quit the band?
Yeah. And then Noel's like the brains and the side guitarist.
Well, as much as I'd like to think I'm a Liam, I'm probably a Noel.
Yeah, he's a little less crazy.
Yeah, but he's kind of seems like he's kind of a control freak.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the band, but I watched like
2 songs only.
All the fight videos, and I've heard those songs.
I love a band with fighting brothers.
I love that. I love when a band has like a lot of good like just moments like that, like where they're like butting heads with the press, like John Lydon, Public Image era, and even Sex Pistols era. But he's so good in that. He has so much like butting heads with the press kind of moments. It's exciting. It's almost more exciting than music sometimes.
Well, they work together, I think.
Totally.
You gotta have the good music to get you into the press, and then you have to have the image, and then the tragic death seals it all into it ties it up in a nice little bundle, puts everything into context.
A lot of people like to just think about someone's like work as standing alone and being totally isolated, but especially like in our postmodern world today, like you can't do stuff like that really. Everything is all encapsulating of someone's work in a sense. But yeah, exactly. Like Kurt Cobain, perfect testament to that. The freaking, what's his name? Midnight? No, who's the...
Joe Midnight, the famous...
Richard Ramirez.
The...
Serial killer.
You comparing Kurt Cobain with the Night Stalker? What
Yeah,
was that guy's
Night
name?
Stalker.
His work?
Yeah, it was work. Think about
Teva
it.
Cheema, you know.
Because he was, that was just like an idea of how many bodies can I rack up, and then to make a really good serial killer, you have to get caught. That completes everything. If you go unnoticed, that's not exciting. Just like, oh yeah, they were never found. It's like, he was caught and he's in jail, and look at this guy.
Well, yeah, a lot of them become like celebrities. Like they get special treatment in the jail, and
for sure, people send them like their hair and.
I mean, it's something
Stuff.
not everyone could do.
Yeah.
I definitely couldn't methodically take out like 13 to 20 people
I feel like I
in
could.
secret over several decades.
Yeah. I feel like I could possibly try, but I would just like fail within like maybe the first one. Like something would go wrong. Especially today where there's so many.
Nowadays it's impossible.
It's impossible. But in the 80s and 70s, you could just like shoot somebody and you like run away, stab somebody on the street, and you're like good. But yeah.
Change your identity. That must have been so cool when there was modern stuff like television and phones and stuff, but also you could just move to a new town and change your name and just like get a job, and like nobody could check anything.
No, exactly. Totally. Yeah, now you have, Facebook. Super creepy. You can like take a picture of somebody and then it'll just like self-identify everybody in the picture. It's like, how? This is insane.
Well, it's easy because everyone volunteers all this information all the time.
Oh yeah.
Hey, here's the TV show I host. Hey, here's the movie I made. Hey, you hear me talk about my opinions for an hour, and then, like, your employer. It's rough.
Do you ever like cruise around Facebook and like look at people's opinions? Like go on those like political like comments, that come up on your homepage, and like just check them out?
Yeah, of course. No, it's like something negative.
It's always.
That's all anybody
crazy.
wants. You
Yeah,
can't
I hate that.
read anything.
I know. I just.
The internet's not real.
Sometimes.
Teva.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that. There's nothing on it is real. It has implications in the real world, but it's just like some stuff you read that people anybody can say. For your mind, yeah. Take that over to the UK.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the whole Brexit thing as someone who's just like going there? Are you kind of bummed that you're not going to be going to the European Union?
Yeah, that is kind of interesting. Especially like being a brown guy too, in the same sense. It's I feel like I've.
Oh yeah, they're real
Playing a
racist over
different-
there, huh?
Yeah, there's every like something super unique to California is like we feel we're like our own island in a sense. We're like us doing this and this kind of stuff doesn't really happen over there. Like everyone's really like exclusive, like in their own groups. Like there's like this group, and no one's really like blending. Like it's interesting, but so this is like a really uniquely idea, and it's a new idea. But the whole thing about Brexit, I don't know. Like the only thing I can say is interesting or good about it is that the exchange rate went a lot lower, so it's closer to the American dollar. So that's good.
USA.
Yeah.
America first.
Yeah, that's the only comment I'll make on that.
Are you worried they're gonna call you a Paki or something?
I'm sure that'll definitely happen. I have like uncles that have grown up in like South London, which is kind of like a ghetto, like Southall, and they've fought that their whole lives, and they've also
like
fought like skinheads and
Drunk,
in the 70s.
retarded British person.
But yeah, that's that's like almost like something that is very common, But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, my stereotype of a British person is either like a very like proper, knowledgeable. That's number one.
Yeah, like really posh kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
Or like just like a super trashy. Hey, what's all this then? Like
Yeah.
a Cockney, just like garbage. I think chavs is what they're called.
Well, posh accent is like the really proper.
No. The rednecks are called chavs.
Yeah, the
right?
rednecks. I have no idea.
I think
Are
that's
they?
what. Man, I
Yeah.
would love to know about white trash English culture.
Yeah, my uncles kind of have Cockney accents too. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. That is interesting. It's yeah, very dissected over there. But over here, like I'm saying, you can go to like the next street over, and then you could have one experience, the next street over, another experience. But over there, it's like I'm going to this part in town. But yeah, it's interesting.
Well, yeah, you gotta infiltrate to get the skinheads.
I mean, that's my mission. So.
You're gonna do it, man. Well, just make sure you get that parachute license so you can land.
I'm gonna get it.
So what's gonna happen to the Cyberfools with you away in merry old England?
We're still gonna do stuff, and yeah, I don't really want to go into the specifics, but one of my friend has a connection with an airline, so he's just gonna help us all out, and we're just gonna be kind of bouncing around.
So it's going international.
Yeah, that was kind of always the goal, was to go global. And I like realized that when I went to England a few years ago, and I was like, how cool would it be if this kid on this tube right here is like watching Cyberfools on his phone, or like when I went to some other area. But that idea of just like being Californian is like not something I'm interested in, but yeah, just kind of like moving around and understanding different culture, incorporating like different lifestyles and different backdrops of like the world. That's kind of like where my head is at, in a sense.
Why don't you want to be a Californian?
I want to be a man of the world.
Ah, a continental gentleman.
Yeah, there
Got
we go.
it.
I want to be a jet setter.
Right. Why limit yourself to just California?
Yeah. I mean, I've been a California guy my whole life, so.
Hey, it's time you take on the globe.
Yeah. I feel like I have the, I can like kind of name drop. I'm from California, and people just like dig it, so you're like good to go.
Mm-hmm.
It was like kind of prerequisite to be this kind of traveling guy.
That might work in England just like a British accent works here.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, if you would trade it.
We kind of made a joke because everyone's like, are you gonna come back with like a British accent? But it was kind of funnier to think that all my friends here would have a British accent when I came back. It can be more interesting, I think.
You're the same. It's like the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
So you got, since you were here last time, Vampire Video 2 has come out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe.
So we should
And
talk
Virus.
about that. I forgot to talk about that.
Yeah, real quick. We'll just talk about why you're actually here.
Yeah. Virus has been out since I did that when I was 24 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it just came out on tape, right?
It just came out on VHS. Yeah. There's a good article that, or write-up someone did, Lunch Meat VHS.
Yeah, but they've covered my stuff too.
Oh, cool.
I like that.
Oh, I saw they did Viper video. They're rad. And then, so last time I was here, I was like promoting Vampire Video too, sort of. But yeah, we're finally having the premiere for that this Saturday in Long Beach at 1501 Daisy at 8 p.m. And proceeds are going to relief efforts for the Charlottesville March. So yeah, and then we're playing our other movie that we've been working on since December, and we just finished, called The Trophy, and it's like our American comedy movie, but it's like our version of American comedy. So it's, we wanted to go for like Jim Carrey, but it's something else, I think. But yeah, it's fun. So yeah, we're gonna have Stone IPA like brewing sponsored us. It's gonna be fun, and yeah, that's this Saturday.
This Saturday?
Yeah.
1501 Daisy.
Yeah, 8 p.m.
Okay.
$3.
$3?
$3.
That's cheap as hell.
Well, it's like it's for donations. I don't want any money. I'm gonna give it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giving away.
I'm a
might as well make it
philanthropist.
$3. Yeah.
I'm a global man, philanthropist. I'm I don't need money.
Exactly.
I need money to give to people. So if you guys want to give me money.
Just like Robin Hood.
Yeah, there we go.
Who's from England?
That's
Nottingham.
I'm the skinhead
England.
Robin Hood.
Yeah, skinhead Robin Hood.
Yeah.
I like it. I was looking at your Instagram for a second, and you posted a TBT, FBF, whatever, of a poem you wrote in 2010 about America. About how I couldn't tell if that was supposed to be ironic, but you were saying America was actually pretty good, all things considered. Did you mean that?
Okay, so really speaking, it was like, I was kind of trying to embody like someone with like a rudimentary understanding of like patriotism and nationalism. I think nationalism is really dangerous, but so I was trying to embody someone with like some sort of mindset in a sense, but not like at the same time it is kind of tongue-in-cheek in a sense where like, yeah, it is, some sentiments are there like are respectful, but that was, yeah, it was just, that also written in 2010 was interesting because I feel like, or the way our PC culture goes today and stuff, like I feel like that poem just, I mean, it's not even like edgy or hard-hitting or anything, but like I would feel a little worried reading that in my poetry class today. I don't know why. Because my first poem I ever like wrote read in class was called like Stupid Bitch, and I feel like that was in 2009, and if I did that today I would totally get persecuted, even though I'm like embodying, all my writings are like embodying somebody else in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But that was actually taken because I used to go to this place called the Nugget. It was in Cal State Long Beach, this pub. And I would just sit there on my breaks and like have a beer and then listen to like frat boys like talk about like issues and stuff, just like eavesdrop. Mm-hmm. And that was like something they almost verbatim said. Almost. So I would just get a lot of my material from eavesdropping on people. Yeah.
Well, we hope you come back.
Thanks. I will come back and
do the
give
return
you
tour.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, Vampire Video 3.
Yeah. You
gotta film it there.
I know, I want to film it there.
That's the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like...
It'll be like American Werewolf.
Exactly. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah.
Teva Cheema, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely. Come back anytime. You come back next week. Until next time, this is Adam Papagan reminding you there's a place you can go, and it's your mind. Good night.
Oh yeah.